Well, it all took place on October 4th, 2006. There was a gentleman in Buffalo by the name of Tim Hall. He ran a shortwave internet radio station that had been around in the city for a good number of years. He was at the time operating it out of the Crucial Human Services and Community Center. It had started off originally in the Pratt Willard Center, as well as made its way over to the Delavan Grider Center for a period of time. And it was a youth program geared towards youth and something to teach young people about how to get into radio and even how to have their own radio show. And he contacts me, I remember, in late September of 2006, and he tells me that his program had come to the attention of the then First Lady, Laura Bush. I said, wow, that's wonderful. Congratulations. And he says, not only that, but she's planning to make a very special visit to the city of Buffalo to check out the program. I'm like, oh, wow. I mean, when? You know, here he tells me that here's the catch, Doug. The visit is going to be top secret. Nobody can know about it at all. No one in Buffalo can know about it. I'm on the phone like, how is that going to be possible? You're telling me you're gonna sneak the First Lady into the city of Buffalo, into a community center. You do realize that these community centers are heavily clicked in with city hall and city government. Somebody's gonna know something, you know. But he said, those were my orders. So I said, okay, you need me to do anything? He told me yes. He wanted me to come down with my camera and film the occasion. Cool, we can handle that. He told me I had to send him my resume. I had to send him a brief bio about myself, because he has to get that to the Secret Service people, because in these situations when the president or the first lady is coming to town and you're intimately or intricately involved in these situations, they want to know everything about you, because they do all kinds of background checks or whatever. All right, I get it. Sent him my stuff, and the day arrives. I remember driving up there, getting out of the car, getting my equipment out the car, walking up to the center. Ran into the police officer, because the police had the entire area cordoned off, and I had to give them my information. They let me go into the building, where they turned me over to one of the Secret Service agents. I go with him into the radio studio. Him and I are in there. We're the only ones in there. He has me stand in this one spot in the room, and my little spot had like a little there was masking tape in the shape of a square that I and my camera had to stand in. And he tells me very specifically I had to stand in that square, and I could not move at all. I couldn't leave the room, couldn't go anywhere. I got to stay right there in that spot until the entire thing is over. Okay. I'm in there for about 15 to 20 minutes. Camera set up, everything, just waiting. The two young people that were going to do the interview, Amber and Elliot, walk in. They sit at the radio board, ready to do the interview. They're excited, nervous, as you can imagine that they would be. Then the members of the media, their media, because I don't believe any of the local media was there. I don't recall, but I don't really believe they were there. But much of their media was, because they travel with their own media corps. So they all come in there, photographers, videographers. They set up on either side of me. So I'm standing in there with all of them. As a few of the people were from Associated Press or whatever. We're waiting for the First Lady to come in. She walks in about maybe maybe 10 minutes later. She walks in, shakes hands with Amber and Elliot, and they get right to the interview. The interview, of course, can be seen right here on the Buffalo History Channel. Um, they end the interview. She walks out of the room. The press corps leaves. I walk out, and as I'm walking into the hall, I see Amber and Elliot with their parents, and then I look over here and I see them, the mayor and the city hall folks. They're standing around there. From what I understood, they weren't too happy because they were not notified about any of this at all, which was funny. And but I will also say, and I won't go too much into this. You'd have to let Tim Hall tell you this himself. Because of that, word of it did get out to City Hall, and Secret Service was not too happy about that. Yeah, I do believe it cost them a little bit of funding from that program that they were slated to get. But I won't go too much into that. I'll let Tim Hall talk about that at a later date on the Buffalo History Channel. But it was above anything else. It's definitely I'd like to think that it served as a significant moment in the lives of those two young people. Because if you look at these programs, we do have to keep in mind that at the end of the day, it's about the youth. And the nature of the visit, with it being top secret, personally, I don't know how they were going to keep that secret anyway. Somebody got to know something. You got to get, first of all, you got to get the police to, you got to get a police protection and escort everywhere. So, that's going, even when you do that, word of it is going to get around. But however they do it is however they did it. And, but I'd like to say it was still a significant event, certainly in the lives of those young people, and certainly a milestone for the radio station itself. Tim and I still talk about it and laugh about it to this day. But now that I think about it, I definitely got to get him on the History Channel to tell it from his perspective, because I was no more than an innocent, than just a regular random bystander, just lucky to be there. But nonetheless, it was definitely a great reminder and a great memory in Buffalo's history.